Quick review time. I know I usually say this for the farm sims, like, aren't you tired of another farm sim? No. Well, this time is actually a roguelite. And aren't you tired of all of those roguelites? The answer is still no. And let me tell you why. You love Hades. You love those games where you go back and forth, trying not to die on that one run, making the best build that you possibly can. But you know what's missing with that? Playing it with your friends. From the makers of Dead Cells, you know, that other roguelike game that's hard as hell, but was cool and pretty good, and even had a Castlevania collab, comes another game with just as much fast-paced action to bring a friend along. Wake up, warriors! This is Windblown, a lightning-fast action roguelike crafted by Twin, those folks that made Dead Cells. You innocent souls have lived peacefully in the Ark, a floating village orbiting around the gigantic and deadly vortex. However, don't let that calm existence fool you, because this little cozy island about to get ate up. Warriors called Leapers have met their end fighting dreadful emissaries of the vortex. And now you get to jump in and try yourself, because if you don't do it, I guess the world's coming to the end, because that's how video games work. And how do you do that? By bolting and dashing freely around a bunch of different landscapes with different enemies that will beat you up. With a bunch of challenging bosses with their own type of moves, well, you have to find the rhythm. Otherwise, you'll be packed up and you'll have to start over. But fear not. Like other games in roguelikes and Dark Souls and Elden Ring, this is not that type of game, but death is a lesson. You'll be pushed to your limits. Combat is tough, but it's always fair. And the more times you go through it, the more you get to learn your enemies, and you might even get a different type of setup or moves once you fight, because we all know in these games, it's all about the build that you make. The cool thing about this one is, while you unlock different weapons, you can also have 2 weapons. You don't just go in with like one big sword. There might be something like some throwing knives, or a railgun, or a bow, or a magic scepter. There's so many different weapons that you can use, and they also have combos that let you switch to the other one mid-combo, which also adds to the gameplay. But of course, you also have passive gifts. You also have other magical tools that you can use with your repertoire. What I like most about this game is it's very fun with your friends. And who doesn't like a roguelike? But roguelikes are better when you bring someone along to suffer that pain with you. With a very good soundtrack and beautiful backdrops and art along every journey that you make in this game, it's a very great game, a very great looking game, and a very fun action-paced game with secrets to unfold and people to pack you up. So for the lovers of roguelike games and games like Hades and Dead Cells, if you want something new to play at a very cheap price, Windblown is in early access, so that means there is more to come, but still so much more to enjoy right now. Jump into Windblown with a friend, up to 3 people, and get packed up like you used to.